Hello, D-Roy Cruz here, your Life Applications Officer. I'm going to title this video Aries Spears versus Mr. Cruz, maybe, I don't know. I just need to get this off my chest. I saw something today, and I just feel that we need to, Christians don't get to have a voice anymore. So today I'm going to take it upon myself to have a voice. I just saw a video of Aries Spears when he was 16 years old that he did on Comedy Central, I think, or Comedy Jams, one of the two. And Martin Lawrence introduced him, and he came out on stage, and the first thing he wanted to talk about was banging, sex. It's 16 years old in a room that's made for adults with young 16-year-old girls. God knows how old those girls were. Also in the audience with the adults, with all the foul language and, I'm kind of lost. As to, excuse me, I'm here in Pittsburgh, and there's a virus going around, and it ain't fun. But anyway, I'm kind of lost as to why no one feels that this is wrong. Why this is okay. That's what I meant to say. Why is that okay? Why is it okay when 16-year-old girls need to be focused on getting their education, as well as 16-year-old boys? 16-year-old girls need to be focused on going to college. And see, what we have here in America is, I just got done working for University of Pittsburgh here in Pittsburgh. And young girls go to college and they're having the sex in college that they couldn't have when they were in high school. And the way America works now is, as long as the kid gets an education, he can sleep around, smoke around, whore around, he can cut his whacker off. He can put on a woman's dress. He can do whatever he wants to do as long as he gets an education. If he's in the drugs, it depends on what drug it is and who's against it. But I don't really blame black people as much as I blame Hollywood, and I blame, the TV set, those that run our TV industry. People will lie and say anything on television. And if there's money involved, oh my boy, people will do anything and everything. They will cross any line depending on how much money is involved. And they're not counting exact digits. They're counting words, thousands or millions. Okay? And they're not even thinking about where they need the money or what they might need that money for. Aries Spears is one of the funniest comedians that I know. And even though I'm a Christian, and I know that I can't take, Steve Harvey or Aries Spears or Martin Lawrence or Jamie Foxx or, Cedric the Entertainer or none of these guys to church with me. We're not going to watch these guys at a men's meeting or watch these guys at Bible study at my local church. That would be totally horrible. That would be horrific. Sometimes I feel guilty for watching these guys just by their name and what they're known to talk about on stage. I feel guilty for watching their shows, but tonight I don't feel guilty anymore because I won't be watching many of their shows after watching a 16-year-old child make a fool of himself in front of a bunch of 16-year-old girls who need to be focused on keeping their virginity, not watching him get up there and act like he's trying to be a stripper. Aries Spears was my man. He was the best. But after tonight, I don't know. And I would like to ask Aries Spears, because he's a lot older now. He'd been eating a lot of barbecue and donuts. A lot of mac and cheese and hamburgers and french fries. He even says in his comedy acts that, he eats a lot of fast food. And it shows in his body. I would like to sit down with Aries Spears and ask him, when you were 16 years old, and you got up there and you did that show for Comedy Central or Comedy Jams, whichever one it was, you did that show. You got up there and you went to talking about effing. And you was up there, acting sexy and ripping your shirt off and all that kind of stuff. It's 16. What led you to do that? Who is behind that? Did you feel it all when you were doing that? Did you feel any form of conviction that maybe this isn't right? When I was a kid coming up in church, you didn't have to tell me 100 times that God did not like fornication. You only had to tell me once. And trust me, as a child, my hormones were out of control, just like any other teen. So when certain things happen, I indulge. But there was that place to where I understood that this is wrong. And I was prepared that if I got caught, you just caught me. I'm wrong. Well, now what we gonna do? I'm wrong. I got busted. I'm wrong. We in this country today, we don't have any respect for God whatsoever. This world has gotten far away from Almighty God. I don't care what religion you think you're in. What religion do you know that justifies a 16-year-old kid getting up there in front of 16-year-old women as well as women that are old enough to be his mama and acting like a sex symbol, talking about sex when he's probably a virgin, or if he ain't a virgin, he should be. And if he ain't a virgin, who's he sleeping with? And what is she going through? People don't seem to understand that the sexual revolution was destroyed by us. People don't seem to understand that the same people that are having all this wonderful, wild, continuous, even supply of sex, when they want it, how they want it. These are the people that are getting upset with marriage and saying, I will never marry again. These are the people that got a woman at home while they flirt with other women all day at work. These are the women that got a man at home while they flirt with other men at work. I watched a woman on the bus today with a ring on her finger talk to one of her co-workers on the bus. And then I watched them get off the bus and exchange phone numbers. Right in front of me. I hope this video doesn't get any comments from secular folks unless they're willing to repent. Christians, if they want to comment and say, hey, nice word, nice vid, man, thank you for that, that's fine. But you secular folks, you people of the world, as we call it in the Bible, don't come to me telling me how to get a life and how to get a grip. I will delete you because I'm pissed. There is no excuse for this. And the only way you can justify it is right here. Show it to me. Show it to me. It's not in here. But what I'm about to say is, Aries Spears was my man. Not anymore. I don't give a rat's behind what kind of jokes he got. He can imitate Africa, imitate Russians, Mexicans, whatever he want to imitate. From now on, I don't care. I'm mad at him. 16 years old. You tried to really jump the boat, Aries. You tried to really jump up there without even giving yourself a chance to know what was going on. You just tried to jump. You tried to jump. You tried to hop that thing. You tried to beat everybody else that started before you. You tried to get past them. You was working hard to get up there. Didn't work out for you because as of YouTube, all you talk about is how you are waiting on your big deal to come in, your big movie to come in, or your big rap album to come in. I should have known after watching his one video where he a video that he just recently did. I think it was for 2016 or 2017. One of the two. He did a video. He made a comedy video where he was wearing a thong and acting gay and all that kind of stuff in the video. You know what I mean? He liked women, but he had a gay lover in the video and all this stuff. And we all laughed. You know what I'm saying? This is adults. The children are in bed. But I should have known right then and there. Turn this brother off. Click. Because now I see. Where did he get the ammo to put together that nonsense like that? There's all kinds of ways to make you laugh. I mean, Michael Jr. can make me laugh just as hard as Aries Spears can. But Michael Jr. doesn't have to take his clothes off or pretend to be gay or pretend to, he doesn't have to be nasty to make you laugh so hard that you're crying. I guess I'm going to be watching a lot more Michael Jr. now instead of Aries Spears. I'm going to miss Aries Spears, but I'm going to be proud to miss him. Matthew 15. Let me start here at the 8th verse. You might say, well, get a life, man, whatever. I'll get a life. You know what I mean? Trust me, I understand that this is natural. 16-year-old kid, basically being a stripper on stage. And I'm allowed to accuse all those women and all those men that attended to be child molesters. That's what you are. That's what you are. A bunch of child molesters. That's what you are. And you 16-year-old girls, okay, your parents ain't nothing but whores trying to teach you how to be a whore. How dare. Your parents better never ever give a rat's behind about you going out and getting laid and getting pregnant, or what boy is trying to come over the house and get in your panties after letting you sit in on that garbage. I don't want to hear it. You know what? Nobody has to be like D-Roy Cruz or go to his church. Okay? You can be as atheist as you want to be. Let me tell you something. Even if God didn't exist, there ain't no way that there was anything righteous about what I just saw. And if you think that doesn't do any danger to your children, you just stupid. You just stupid. These people draw near to me with their mouth and honor me with their lips, but their heart is far from me, and in vain they worship me, teaching as doctrines the commandments of men. Everybody got a religion. Everybody got a reason why they ain't religious. Everybody got a reason why they can be religious and do what Aries Spears did. Last I checked, Aries Spears ain't an atheist. Okay? When he had called the multitude to himself, he said to them, hear and understand, not what goes into the mouth defiles a man, but what comes out of the mouth, this defiles a man. You got all these people worrying about their health, but they never worry about what they say or what they do. Let me say that again. You got all these people worried about their health. Oh, they know how to get up in the morning and make all that noise on the treadmill. They know how to run around the block. They know how to pay all this money to LA Fitness. All over the place. These gyms are making a fortune. But they don't know how to give a rat's behind about what comes out of their mouth. Okay? Steve Harvey ain't no better. Getting up there talking about, well, I want to thank God. I want to give honor and glory to God for everything. Jesus is everything to me. Well, now that I got that out of the way, there's going to be some cussing. They're going to be this. They're going to be that. When you stand before God, you ain't going to say, well, now that I got that out of the way, and he's going to repeat it back to you. Yeah, well, now that we got that out of the way, depart from me, I never knew you. Your blackness, your desire to be on top and to make sure you don't never end up like this guy, working a rinky-dink job, making rinky-dink money, can't even afford to drive a car to work. Okay? You don't want to end up like me, so you going to get up there at 16 years old and act like a stripper in front of a bunch of girls that need to be focusing on homework instead of focusing on boys? Going straight to sex ain't no way to start a relationship. I don't care if you're 90. Going straight to sex ain't no way to start a relationship. When he had called the multitude to himself, he said to them, hear and understand, not what goes into the mouth defiles a man, but what comes out of the mouth, this defiles a man. His disciples came and said to him, do you know that the Pharisees were offended when they heard this saying? He answered and said, every plant which my heavenly Father has not planted will be uprooted. If it ain't got nothing to do with Jesus, let them alone. They are blind leaders of the blind, and if the blind leads to blind, both will fall into a ditch. You say, well, you worrying about stuff that ain't none of your business. Dude, it's just comedy, dude. Dude, the dude's a success. The dude's trying to be successful. Come on, dude. The blind leading the blind, they're all going to fall into a ditch. Then Peter answered and said to him, explain this parable to us. And Jesus said, are you also still without understanding? Do you not yet understand that whatever enters the mouth goes into the stomach and is eliminated, but those things which proceed out of the mouth come from the heart, and they defile a man. For out of the heart proceed evil thoughts, murders, adulteries, fornications, which is what his comedy act that I just watched was all about, thefts, false witness, blasphemies, which Steve Harvey just did before I watched Aries Spears tonight. These are the things which defile a man. But to eat with unwashed hands does not defile a man. To eat with unwashed hands might give you germs, but it don't send you to hell. Okay? You don't go to hell for having germs. But you will go to hell for being impure in the eyes of a holy and righteous God. Amen. I didn't even write down the other one. I didn't even write it down. It was in Proverbs. But I'll skip that one. I'm kind of hurt, a little angry at what I just saw. Aries Spears was my man. Out of all the comedians out there, I always considered him one of the best. And I was like, man, I can't wait till he does more new material on YouTube. I can't wait. And then when I seen how he got his start, I'm a little bit ticked off at all these black comedians. People get all dressed up in their little skimpy outfits and their nice clothes, and they get a date and they go to see these guys perform. And what do? They worship fornication. They worship weed smoking. As long as we got money, sex, and weed. Money, sex, and weed. We're okay. Didn't say nothing about this. Cat Williams and what's his face basically said the same thing. Hold on a second. God darn it. Cat Williams and Steve Harvey basically said the same thing. You can believe anything you want to believe in, but believe in something. Don't be an atheist. I'd rather be an atheist after tonight. Maybe they got more morals. You know, who was the other one? Eddie Griffin said we don't need a Bible. We don't need to go to church. We don't need all that religious garbage. It's in our essence. I'm talking YouTube. It's in our essence. God ain't got nothing against fornication because he created the fornication. No, my friend, he did not. He created the first man and woman and taught them how to procreate. They were born in holy matrimony. God did not create fornication. He did not create Mr. Eddie Griffin what frickin' Bill Clinton did with Monica Lewinsky. I'm going by his comedy act. It's one of the most favorite ones that I love. These guys are so smooth and so slick. But now, as of tonight, I'm starting to feel a little bit, no, a lot actually. I'm starting to feel a conviction to stop watching their comedy acts. I don't like watching something that if someone knocks on my door, I had to turn it off. One time, I was listening to Eddie Griffin. You know how he talks and loves to cuss and everything, and talk about anything and everything. And the maintenance man knocked on my door. He came in, and I was trying to hurry up and find get that cursor on, because he went to talking about white this and white that and black this and black that, and I trying to hurry up and get that cursor on there and cut him off, because I don't want people thinking I'm racist. And I don't want people thinking that I'm just nasty. Now they got Michael Jr. going to all these secular places. I watched a video yesterday where Michael Jr. went to one of them TEDx things. He went to that TEDx University or whatever that is. And they got a whole channel here on YouTube. And there's a couple of them. There's about 3 different TEDx things. And you got, at the same university, you got atheists speaking. And then you got people getting up there talking about God and history and everything. So they invited Michael Jr. to get on there and make the people laugh. But when he went to, like he does in church, trying to make the people laugh and then add a moral message behind it, you could tell that they were like, "You're not done making us laugh, are you? Yeah? What's up with this moral message, man?" I'm praying for Michael Jr. that he doesn't allow the secular world to pull him away from his platform, because he did do comedy with Jay Leno and some secular greats as well. He's met with these guys like Kevin Hart, and he met with a bunch of, he's met Steve Harvey and Cedric, and he's been to comedy jams, Comedy Central. He's been to those. Matter of fact, he got a start at those as a Christian, believe it or not, and then he started to take his work and focus that more on the church. So he could have done his comedy career without the help of the church. But I'm hoping that he stays in church, and I'm hoping that he never brings himself low down to the level that my main man, Aries Spears is on, or Griffin, or Cedric, or Harvey, Cat Williams, Kevin Hart, none of these guys. Because depending on what we are joking about, first of all, there shouldn't be any children in the room. And when I say children, I mean, first of all, forget the children. There shouldn't be anybody in the room that ain't married for a lot of the jokes that we do. Shouldn't be nobody in the room that ain't married, for one. Some jokes are for married people, some jokes are for single people. Okay? And I'm getting sick and tired of every time black folks, like they've been doing this for over a century now. They see white people in the audience. Oh, they want to have a talk with the white people. I get sick of that. I know it's funny. Yeah, it's funny, and the white people are laughing. Sometimes I believe the white people are laughing to keep from calling them a nigger in front of a bunch of niggers. Okay? That's what I believe. Everything can be funny. Just because, that don't mean it's funny. You spending 20 minutes telling white people how dumb and stupid they are. They just got done paying tickets to watch the show. And the things that are different are actually a slap in our face as black people. The differences between whites and blacks. When Steve Harvey wants to joke about white people having wonderful weekends compared to us, why can't we have wonderful weekends? There ain't nothing in our blood that says we can't have wonderful weekends. It's a cultural disconnect, is what it is. It's a cultural disconnect. It's a cultural mishap. I'm done talking about this. I just wanted to share this with you. As of today, I'm having a conviction, a strong conviction about comedy, about stand-up comedy. Because all the top ones, all the ones that are making the bucks, all the ones that are funny, that fill up a stadium, fill up an arena, whatever, they're the worst. And my two biggest favorites are Kevin Hart and Aries Spears. Aries Spears really showed me just how wicked the world is tonight. He showed me that when he was 16 years old, they videotaped him, they recorded him to 1 million people making a fool of himself, talking about things that 16-year-old kids shouldn't be talking about. And a room full of adults sat there and applauded and laughed and said, "Oh, he's a good kid. He's going to be great. He's going to do great. I can't wait to see him get ahead." After making you what? Horny? After making you get wet in your seat? Or giving you a hard on for that matter? Which is it? Like I said, for y'all to promote this garbage makes you all a bunch of child molesters. And that is the way God sees you. In the eyes of God, Martin Lawrence wasn't much older than him at the time. But Martin Lawrence and everybody that was promoting that show, you're all a bunch of child molesters. You're all a bunch of criminals. Because there has to be a line. What is the problem with the United States? That we don't believe in lines anymore. We need an atheist to tell us how to have a line. We don't like lines. There's lines that we don't cross. And every day, we're crossing them. And I just found out tonight that Aries Spears crossed the line when he was 16 years old. And everybody loves him to this day for it. I'm praying for Aries Spears. I'm praying for these black men and black women that are involved in comedy. And I'm praying for you that might be watching this video who think that it's okay when it's not. God bless you. I'm D. Roy Cruz, your Life Applications Officer. Thank you for letting me share with you. And please let me know if I can help you with anything. I'd be glad to do a video about it. God bless you. Have a great night.